Are you ready? Are you ready? Come on, make some noise. Now, rise from your seats and let's celebrate. Are you chatting with me? You say you're moving Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready? Hey! CPP, CPP, CPP. I said CPP. Hey! Come on, CPP, CPP. Here we go. As we want to fix this country, we want you please come and join us. No one is leaving behind. We will walk, we will strive till we gain our victory. Fix up too, Charlie, na fix up too. Fix up too, Charlie, na fix up too. Fix up too, Charlie, na fix up too. All the place, where are you? Next one, boys. Are you ready? One yours. All them ladies, one yours. One yours. Shake yours. See you people, Are you chatting with them? Do you know I will say you're President Biya was elected. Well, it's been a bit technical work in the background, but let me say welcome to the program, The Bottom Line. This is where we discuss the issue. We give our views. We may not be right. That's our views, and we give our analysis. So I'd like to say welcome to today's edition of the program.
the very first edition for the month of September. Oh yes, September, October, November, December. We got, should I say, 4 more? Should we make it 4 months to year end? But we got today exactly 39 days. Exactly 39 days to elections, and the wonderful elections that we've been waiting for. And this waiting has been like all lifelong waiting. Like we've been waiting for this judgment day, forever and ever, and now it's approaching. So in 39 days time, Liberians will be going to the polls to elect either a new president or to maintain President George Weah in office. That's going to be a crucial decision to make. But tonight we're gonna be I don't know who's calling me, but we're gonna be discussing a little bit about the elections and some of the recent developments that have been taking place in Liberia, especially during this campaign time. Apparently, I'm going to be on a show tonight alone, so it's going to be like open mic. So if you join me, we'll be asking you to just share the show, and also we'll put a telephone number, or if you want to call, you can call. If you want to make your comment, you can make your comments. Whatever you want to do, you can do it, and contribute to the show. We're going to actually give people the opportunity. You can post anything you want. You can write anything that you want. Okay, that's your free will. So we'll be opening the phone lines later on. But like I said, I'll be on the show tonight alone. It's gonna be like a monologue, more or less. And I hope to interact with people who will come. So feel free to join, and if you join, feel free to share the show. And we're going to be taking you through a lot of things tonight. Tonight is CPP night. We're going to be talking about CPP. Mr. Cummings, we're going to be talking about things that are happening in Liberia, just exactly how things are unfolding. And so let's listen to this one while we get ready to start.
There are 5 priorities we have, and we call that the what's. And then there are 5 things we call the how we'll do it. And those priorities are as follows. Our first priority is infrastructure. Simply put, it's electricity, it's roads, it's water, and it's internet and cell phone connectivity across Liberia. We have to invest in infrastructure. That is the top priority. That's the basis on which we can and will do everything else. The second priority for us is job creation. There are too many unemployed, underemployed, and unemployable Liberians. The unemployment rate is over 85%. And therefore, job creation is our next priority, creating jobs for the Liberian people. So after job creation, our next priority is agriculture. We are a country after 170 years that do not feed ourselves. Last year alone, we imported over 160 million United States dollars in rice import, and total food imports was over $280 million. These are things we can do for ourselves. We should be producing rice to feed ourselves, and my commitment is that by the end of my first term in office, we will be self-sufficient in rice production. And within education, we are focused on vocational training, teachers training, and adult education. But we have to educate our young people because, again, that's how we can help them create jobs. That's how we can train farmers. And so these things are all linked together. And our final priority in terms of the what's is health. Because you can have good infrastructure, you can have a good job, you can feed yourself, you can have great education, but if you don't have your health, it doesn't matter. And so health is our 5th priority, and there we're focused on primary health care, and preventive health care. So those are the what's we'll do for our people, for the Liberian people. How are we going to do these things? The first how is we want to engage Liberians differently in the transformation of our country. We call this hearts and minds. How do we get all Liberians to participate in the changes that are required? We're going to use arts and music and culture and reconciliation and religion. All of these things, we will be deliberate in using these things to engage us as a people in this transformation process. And so we're doing some work on how we can make those things happen. The next how is that we're going to find the money. We have to find the resources, the money, to do all of the what's I mentioned earlier. And the way we'll find the money is, first, we'll go after waste in government. You know, we spend a lot of money on things that we don't need, or we pay too much for things that we do need. So, for example, I believe the vehicles we buy for our government officials, we spend too much money on that. We should reduce the number of vehicles, and we should buy less expensive vehicles for our government officials. We need to reduce how much they make so we can pay teachers and civil servants and police officers and the military officers and healthcare workers, people who actually do the work. We need to pay them more money and reduce the gap between those at the top and those who actually do the work. The other way we'll find the money is going after this thing called corruption. You know, corruption has been the bane of our country. Is the primary reason why we are as underdeveloped as we are today. And we will aggressively go after corruption. The first thing we'll do is we will appoint a corruption czar, a minister in charge of corruption in the presidency that will coordinate all of the agencies that are meant to find corrupt officials. Secondly thing we'll do is we'll make sure we are giving the resources, the money, the right people, the right logistics to the anti-corruption agencies, the LACC, Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission, the General Accounting Office, the Public Procurement and Concessions Commission. We will make sure they got the right resources to go after corrupt officials. After that, when we find people who are corrupt, we will prosecute them, we will put them in jail, and we'll seize their assets. It will not be good enough for you just to resign. Okay. So those are the things we will do to really go after corruption. I have committed that I will not take a salary. The salary that is paid the president, I will allocate it towards helping to fight corruption. That's how important I think it is to us. And then the other way we'll find the money is we'll make sure we're getting full value, the full monies we're due from our natural resources. We'll look to exploit other natural resources so we can get the funds required to fund healthcare, to fund infrastructure, to create jobs, etc., etc. So finding the money is the second how. The next how is we want to create a government of inclusion. We want all sections of our country to be represented in the government. We want opposition political parties to be in government. Because we believe that having a government inclusion will help all of us make the right decisions. It will make sure that we're spreading the resources of our country across the entire country. And then the last two hows, one is growing the private sector. We will focus on growing the private sector so Liberians can primarily benefit from that growth. No longer should Liberian business people be spectators to our economy. And we want to actively support Liberianization and encourage and provide credit and other facilities to Liberian businesses so they can participate. And last but not least, we will use technology. We'll leverage technology to help us achieve our goals. So those are the what's and the how's. But let me end by leaving you again with these two universal truths. One is we cannot keep doing the same things, my people, and expect different results. We cannot keep electing the same people with the same experiences and expect Liberia to change. We need to elect and select different people to lead us, to serve us, to help us manage and run our country. And the other universal truth is the best predictor of future performance and future behavior is past performance and past behavior. And on those two counts, I believe I stand head and shoulders above the other candidates aspiring to lead our country.
Okay, you just heard it from the horse's mouth, Mr. Alexander Benedict Cummings. He's the standard bearer of the CPP, that is the Collaborating Political Parties, and primarily those parties comprise of ANC and the Liberty Party. Now, listen, I like the acronym for Mr. Cummings' campaign endeavor. It's called the Fixer. The Fixers, let me put S there because there are two. He and Councillor Bronskin, who is the vice standard bearer. Now, the Fixers, and I've been hearing in some corners, people asking, why are they calling themselves the Fixers and what are they going to fix? Now, listen, if you look at the infrastructure of Liberia after the war, not only during this George Weah time, but after the war, it was physically damaged. Physically damaged. Even until now, you can still see bullet marks on buildings in Liberia. You can see things. Yeah, hello, Mary. Welcome, and welcome to all of you. You can see that there was war. We actually fought war in Liberia, in the capital city for that matter. So if you can see Monrovia like that, imagine in the Lee War counties where the war was fought as well. What do you think you expect to see there? Destruction. I mean, let's forget about, not that we're downplaying the human being that died. The people who died, may their souls rest. They've gone. We don't know where they're gone. Somebody gone to heaven and they're resting while we are here suffering. Okay? Now, but while we are here, we are going through some hell too. The infrastructure is damaged. The economy is damaged. Educational system damaged. Health system damaged. Just about everything is damaged. So, in other words, to fix all when something gets damaged, there are two things you can do. If you stay on that thing, two things you can do. Okay, if my phone gets damaged, I can either buy a new phone, or if that damage is repairable, I can take my phone to the shop and they can repair it. That is fixing. I either replace it or fix it. Those of you who got car, if your car gets damaged, what you do? You go to the mechanic to replace it. Or if it is beyond repair, then you buy a new car. Okay? So, Liberia being a damaged country, both economically, socially, educationally, health-wise, and everything, it needs to be fixed. Because the thing is, we cannot, Liberia is not something small that we can say, okay, let's replace it. Let's move this old Liberia and throw it somewhere in the ocean or somewhere in the forest, and then replace it with a new Liberia. We cannot do that. So what do? What we can do best is to fix those things in Liberia as a landmass. Those things that are in Liberia that are damaged, we can fix them. That's why Mr. Cummings calls his campaign endeavor the Fixers. And so, for those of you asking, oh, what are they going to fix? I mean, look around you. No, you don't need one alien to come from outer space because they know better than us to come and tell you, say, these are the things that are damaged and need to be fixed. Everything, just about everything in Liberia around you, even you yourself, the humans, you need to be fixed. I listen to people. Some of them, they say our minds are made of. That GMB will carry, our minds are made of. Some people say our minds are made of, that Joshua will carry. Can you imagine which species of living thing on earth will not feel sorry for itself? No, listen, let me tell you one short story. I remember a long time, more than 10 years ago, it was in the summer. We got these birds in Africa. I really don't know what they call them, but they normally come in the summer. Or they are, in fact, almost in Africa all year, some got good weather, but here they come in the summer. We used to call them exercise birds. And these birds, they don't sit and they fly all day long. They fly flat and they fly low to the ground. And some places like in China, they can build small houses for them, some thatch, and then they can live inside. We call them when we were small, we used to call them exercise birds. They fly all day. So I remember this day, it was sort of hot summer day here. I was driving on the countryside along the farm road, and one of them got hit by a car. when that bird got hit by a car, it didn't die. It dropped on the side of the road. It was trying to fly, and the rest of them, oh man, no, that's one of the things I ever saw, in my life that really, really taught me a lesson. I mean, you could see the rest of those birds try to pick up their wounded friend. Oh God, no, I said when I start far, not too far, something like maybe 10 meters away, just not to frighten them. Then I stood up by the car and I was looking at them. Tears sat in my eye. And at that time, in fact, I think it was around 2004 or 5 or 6, around there. And we have just come from fighting war in Liberia. Then I started thinking, if we humans could just think, I mean, the birds, they don't have hands. Oh God, that thing really got to me. They don't have hands. Their feet are not strong enough to, and I don't think they can even pick up anything with their feet, because that bird, they suddenly sit down. They can sit down once in a while, maybe by the water to drink. And I could see the birds, they will come as low, trying to pick up their friend, and then and even in that process, they almost got hit by other moving cars. That these things will feel sorry for their friends, feel sorry for their wounded friend who they know is in trouble, cannot get up. But we humans, we don't care for ourselves. That you will look at somebody in Liberia who went to bed hungry last night, his children did not eat, and he doesn't even know if they'll eat tomorrow. He wakes up on empty stomach, but he's happy that he's going to make somebody president, that person who has been serving in government for years, and since that person has been serving in government all the years, he this one now fighting to make this person president, cannot even find water to drink. But he will tell you, say, my minds are made up. Yeah, your minds are made up. I will tell you something. I'm not posting. Those of us in the diaspora, be it Europe, America, Asia, anywhere Liberians find themselves, they are much better than you in Liberia. And the reason is not that we are physically better than you, not a body structure, okay, but the opportunities that those countries offer to us. And that's why when we sit, we think about you in Liberia, and we want to make your life better. Let me tell you, if we had it, we could go Liberia and change people's life, but we do not have it. We are so struggling. I mean, we're talking about struggling. We're struggling to make it, to make ends meet. Don't get me wrong. Where we live is not heaven on earth. No, they have their own problems. We have our own problems here, but the system is built in a way that, I normally make this joke, and my friend, I said, in Norway, it's not allowed to get sick and die. I mean, literally, if you look at the sense in it, it's not allowed for us to get sick and die in Norway. It's not allowed for anybody to get hungry and die in Norway or go hungry. It's not allowed. The law does not allow that. Why? Because they created a system for that. This is a social welfare country almost. This is a country, if I'm sick, or I even got here, in fact, I even got to be sick, you call the ambulance, dial the ambulance. You see the ambulance coming when they come to assess your condition. If you're supposed to go to big hospital to carry you, if you're supposed to go to a local health, because every small community has a local health center, they will carry you. Okay, and I will give you a sample. Just in 1 year time, in the space of 1 year time, I took 2 major operations. That was 2020 and 2021. August 8, 2020. Okay, I took appendicitis operation. Then August 10th, 2022, I took another operation. Can you imagine? 2 major operations just in 1 year time. And since I took those operations, I go not, the guy told me, he said, no, if we finish today, you can go home. And I was like, no, I can't. He said, you'll go home. But imagine who would take 2 operations in Liberia and still be alive. I can tell you, my stomach is punched. 10 different holes on my stomach. They're not cutting your stomach. They get punching that thing and inserting the machines and the camera. And I was lying there and I could see. They showed me on the screen. I was lying there looking while the camera operating my stomach, the robot there working. I was like, wait, I mean, are these guys real? I couldn't just believe that these guys were really doing it. Can you imagine? Now, but you get sick in Liberia. You go to the doctor. The doctor, if you're lucky to see doctor, then they tell you, okay, you say go, you got to move. When I had an appendicitis operation, it actually got erupted in my stomach. I didn't know. until when I got to the hospital. Then he told me. And when I was doing the work, I was seeing what was happening. Can you imagine? If it happens to you in Liberia, you're dead. You are dead. So that's why I always make a joke that in Norway, it's not allowed for anybody to get sick and die because the facilities are there. In fact, it's mandatory, almost like the forcing you. You gotta go do your checkup. And guess what? You go to those places. You go to the hospital. You pay little or nothing. You pay something called egg and there the English word. I mean, if I find the English equivalent, it will be like your own little contribution. So they did a job for you. Like in America, since America is very expensive, maybe you should pay $200-300. Then they tell you can't pay $1.50. So $1.50. That's why you pay for all that. In fact, when I got sick, when the appendicitis attacked me, they sent me. No, that was I went by taxi, the first one. Okay, the taxi carried me. I have driven because my local health center is not too far from it. It's 30 minutes away from me. I chose to take the 130 minutes away. Okay, so it's in a smaller area when you go there, no long queue. So I drove. I was lying on the car steering, literally driving with the car steering in my chest. I went, and the driver looked at me right away when he tested me. He said, "Well, how did you come?" I said, "I drove." He said, "No, you can't drive to go back. 30 minutes." I said, "I can make it." He said, "Sure." He said, "Yeah." I said, "Okay, but then when you go, you see the taxi waiting for you." I saw the taxi waiting for me at my house. So now I parked the taxi, said, "Get in the car right away." The taxi driver grabbed me, he lifted me, a huge car, he lifted me, put in the car. We drove another 1.5 hours to the big hospital because they couldn't do it in a small hospital there. Then the second operation I took, that one, when I called the ambulance, they came right away. They said, "Okay, get in the ambulance." They drove me to the same big hospital, which is 1.5 hours away from here. Now, the reason I say all of these things is that if this thing happened to you in a country called Liberia, where the healthcare system is broken down, you'll be a dead person. That's why, no, in recent times, since I left Liberia in 1999, I have lost more than almost 15 of my former workmates or friends that I knew. 15 young guys. They died for little or no reason. I mean, anybody can die. Here, people can die. Even young people can die. But death is destined that we will die. But that you will be sick and you go to a hospital for a curable disease. Okay, good evening, Chadela and my boy, Ekena Phillips. Welcome. That you will die from a curable disease simply because the treatment is not available. You know, I listen to clinicians. They say one of President Weah's achievement is they carry dialysis machine to to JFK, and they make it as big achievement. Oh, that dialysis machine, something that so now when you talk this thing, they would not believe it. Something the people literally do not know. Right now, if I go to the hospital here, and beg the people for dialysis machines, they'll give me if I beg them for it, but I'm not ready for those kind of things here. Okay, and so now I can think about our people. Those are things that you're not even supposed to be boasting of. They should be available at any time, readily. But again, our system is such that we don't even know what belongs to ourselves. In fact, in the first place, we don't like ourselves. That somebody will look at me and tell me, "Oh, yeah, you're saying that you're talking about we probably like it." That the people who know, they're the one who want vote for. And guess what? The people they know that the same people who have been keeping them down all the years of their lives. And those people they know their life have been improved. Their children out of college, they got 2-3 degrees, and everything is going on fine for their children. But for daily voters who put these people that they care for themselves, they say, "Yeah, we used to them." You know, that the people who know, that the people who want. Can you imagine? So who's going to be feel sorry? Who's going to? Those people will not feel sorry for you because they know you and they know what you want. What you want is you go stand to that door and beg them for $5 when they give you. Then you're walking, going home, you buy one bag of water, you pause it, you're drinking it, walking. You're not supposed to be like that, my friend. You should be better than that. And that's why Mr. Cummings said he wants to fix the country. And this Cummings man you put look here, this is somebody who has lived several different countries and worked there. So he got the experience the same way some other guy experienced. In the whole of Europe, I have traveled almost every European country. I know which European country, if you tell me you can't live here free or bring your family from Liberia free to can't live here, I'll say no, because they ain't got it. They can't make it. There are certain European countries, if you tell me bring all your people, I'll carry them one like Norway, okay? Even the great UK they're talking about. I was in the UK for 4 years going to school. There's certain thing about UK I don't like. Number one, their transportation system is very bad. You'll be standing to the bus stop, they say the bus coming. It's due, that word they use, due 5 minutes. All of a sudden, that due 5 minutes, it will kind of pass. Then the information lost. You'll be standing there for more than 30 minutes. No reason to say why the bus is delayed. When you look, then they put it again due. Another 10 minutes. Now they die in Norway. When the bus, in fact, they can't write anything due, nothing. The sign is there. As if the train, whenever the train is approaching, 8 or 10 minutes as it's approaching, the minutes are dropping. It will be on a dot, zero. It will be on a dot. And if for any reason that train is coming earlier, they will lower the speed until it reaches your point at the. That's why if you're going to wait for the bus or the train, you gotta be there that time. If you 1 second, 1 minute, you miss it. By the time you reach 1 minute, you see it going. That the piper you see. Okay. We are very punctual here. They are very punctual. The bus, the same thing with the bus. You can see the minute dropping. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0 is there. Right there. And then the second thing I don't like about UK, their drinking water is bad. I was in the UK for 4 years. I would buy water. Some kind of funny water. Somewhere water say buy it, not good. I remember at a certain point I was broke in the UK. Wow, in school, my money had not come here. My student fees had not come, but I had, because we sort of anyway arrange our money in a way that I would last you until the next time they send you all the money. So I misused that my money at travel. So I misused it. When I came back, I was broke for complete 1 week. I almost didn't drink water because I go to the uni, I go to the university. The water they get is bad. I can't drink it. So I take it and carry home and boil it. When I boil it, even become worse. I was struggling until I could get money. The very day I got money, I went and bought plenty of the water I used to drink from those from UK, no, Chadela Brian, no, some the place called Asda, the cheap supermarket. Because I couldn't go to Sainsbury, those are expensive places as a student. So you see, there are certain things that are just available that will make the condition good. Even when I go to America, I still don't like it because one of the reasons I don't like, even the water in America is bad. America, too much noise. America, too much violence, all kind of things. So my small, cool Norway, I like it. Everything is quiet, simple. 2 weeks ago, we have flood here. Everybody that live in this small town here were leaving their car key inside. You know the reason why? Because we got river going around it. I live right 2-3 meters from here is the water. That water got filled. They had to go bring truck, load of crushed rat to block the water from coming to us. If they are just delayed the next 2-3 hours, my apartment will going to leave in water. Okay, so they blocked it. So they advise everybody, if you park in your car for any reason to do anything, leave the key inside. That anybody can drive it out of here for you. So, we look at Liberia from different perspectives, but the people living there, they don't see all of that. When you're talking to them, they say, yeah, we used to it. We used to it. Now you're talking, we probably not part of it. Basic infrastructure you do not have. Electricity. That you're talking to somebody library, in fact, all of them, LEC. And these are things that you should have as a country. Disregard how old the country is. But look at the mineral resources I've got. Some of those things we have, some countries in the world do not have. Let me tell you what we are blessed with. Water. W-A-T-E-R. Okay. Let's say waters. Everywhere in Liberia, you get water. In my own little village, somewhere in Pong County, we got waterfall. And even, I don't think the government even know about that waterfall. That waterfall can supply the surrounding It's in St. John River. They can supply the surrounding towns and even cross the St. John and go to Nima County, because right after the water is Nima County, and supply. When we were growing up, they still do it, but when as I recall my time when we were growing up, every Sunday we used to go there to wash clothes. The people from Nima will come, we from this side will come. Some big area will rock and the water is falling and people washing our clothes and things. Every Sunday it was traditional. Every Sunday. Like in the summer, because in the winter, I mean in the rainy season, you can try. But in the summer, that was what we were always looking up to. That waterfall can supply electricity. Who told you that the people in that area supposed to be suffering from electricity problem? But because our people are not looking there. You guys saw it. I was talking to people from our workplace and we were having lunch, and this guy had brought, the plum, that plum that we get in Liberia, the one we say monkey plum, and the BB round one that can be hanging in the pad and eat it. Ultimately, plum, the funny one there. I know it inside. They say country plum. The guy bought one, he brought it. I started looking at it red, but when you start peeling it, looking green, white. Notice. I just laugh. You see why? I say, why I don't buy these things? Because in my country, they particular type here, if you eat it, somebody will laugh at you. Somebody will think it's stupid. You say, why? You say, you don't. I say, we don't eat it because guy, but 3 or 4 different types of mangoes that we eat. So if somebody see you eating the one, they surprise, they laugh at you. And he said, so it's not expensive. I said, even this one, nobody will sell it in the first place. This one, nobody will sell it. The bats will eat it. You see why? I said, because nobody likes it. So I told him, I said, and the ones that we like, during the mango season, people will carry a whole bag or drum full of it. And nobody want to buy, not that people don't want to buy, but almost everybody will be selling it. Or people got the trees in their yard, it's falling down. People get tired eating it. So you carry it to the market, you will be forced to either sell it cheap or you give it away at the end of the day because you can't carry it back home again. The guy said, oh, really? And I told him, I said, yeah. Then I told him, I said, you white people, especially country like Norway, where their soil is loose, it's like sands, very sandy. All the trees here, they standing, 2 men can push 1 tree and fall down, the roots will go down and get spread. I told him, I said, you don't got nothing here. In my country, you don't need to fertilize anything. I said, potato, corn, anything you plant in my country, you don't need to fertilize it. Simple. So how? Why? I found it difficult to explain to the guy because he will not understand. Because here the soil is bad, so the guy will put like all kind of thing on the whole year. Now in the winter coming, okay, those of them are planting the grass for the animals. They will do the last harvest around October, November. Then they will till the ground and pull all the fertilizer and leave it for the winter to come away. Then it dissolve. Then around April, then they start to plant. And those that are planting a potato and thing, they will wait until they know that season, they know what to do. So I told him, I said, we don't need my soil in my country. We have not reached that level where we use fertilizers. He said, oh. So, but the point I'm trying to make is that this country where nothing grows, the food that we have here, everybody can eat. We import those things. The banana, you peeling banana here, it will sound like you're tearing one new gene try to hear that sound. Because in that rep, they get forced from way somewhere in Guatemala or somewhere in South America or somewhere in Southeast Asia, and then they bring it here. Look, let me tell you, Liberia, we need to fix our country. And to fix the country, just forget about the infrastructure here, forget about all the damaged building and everything. But the human being, we got to fix our own mind. Our problem is our mind. The thing that inside the brain, that all we need to fix. And who can fix it for us? Ourselves. And how do you fix it? You listen, you see, and you listen, hear, and see, then change your mind. What people tell you and what you see should help you to change your mind. The thing we're telling you. When we're talking, we're not stupid. I'm a Liberian. I got no reason to hate Liberia. No. I got no reason to hate the people back home. No. It's because of you, some of us here. Yeah. Tell me, I can't live 2 places at the same time. I live here. I can't live Liberia at the same time. If I live in Liberia, I can't live here at the same time. So why would I live here and care about Liberia? Or why would I leave Liberia and care about here? But because we care for you so much, our people. Who told you that I want to see one of my kingsmen, one Liberian getting sick? They carry you to the hospital, then the doctor refuses to, or they say no bed. Hey man, I would not want to see that happening. And that's why we fight for a good system. The crazy men here, they live in better life more than some of our ministers in Liberia. The crazy man here, he got people working for him. People can grab him and shower him. People can cook for him. People can feed him. People can put clothes on him. Crazy man, where you know crazy people are? They in the street, they live in a Tonsa. They can be 10 meters away, be smelling them. Or they dirty. Crazy man here, you get people working for, in fact, master, when I'm in the UK going to school, I got one job last time. I was working with one subsidy guy. Huh? I was working with this guy. And he got like I myself every day making fun. He look at me and say, man, you know, all the time when we like I'm going to farm, like I know new money. He said, man, where you come from? I said, I'm from Norway. He said, no. Black man come from Norway. No. I said, yeah. Then every day ask me why your name. I call my name. He said, then after a few minutes, he said, what's your name? So I said, then I call him only. I said my name. He said, no, not your name. So you see, crazy man, we're working for him. They got the car I gotta get parking. New brand car. When we get ready to put inside, we get in time. The mess I'm find one for him. I said, okay, I'll find one for you. We go in time, we do everything, we eat, we drink tea and coffee. I said, okay, let's go back and say, but you find my woman. I said, no, the woman to the hall waiting for you to your hall. You're living far from something, far a little bit out of the town. In a place called Luxy. Okay, so I'll drive my man by the Luxy and we sit down and we start fighting again. One more woman, I say, the woman coming. Crazy man, we're working for him. I said, laugh at myself. I said, working for crazy man. I dream master degree. I was doing for crazy man at that time. So, but the lesson I learned from there is that these people, they create an opportunity for everybody, whether you're crazy or not. The subset children, people can born in Liberia, and then people overlook them. Here they are big, they big people. The system cares for them. And those are the elderly people. They are, if I can't take care of my mom or my dad at that age, I have to work and I take them to the old people home. They got people working for them. How many of you, your old people in living good life, that somebody can change their apple in the morning, wash them, and put them down and watch TV while they're fixing their food? Some of your old people land down, they dirty, they sick, they are not taking bath, and they die early. Not because you want it to happen, but because the system is not there. So when we tell you, when we're talking, we're not stupid. That's the point I'm making. All the stories, the little funny stories I'm telling you, is not to boast or not to make you to downplay you. No. But I'm telling you the reality. The white men, they went through their own thing too. But one thing I know about the white man is that if the white man was walking here and his stomach is still, you will try to find that thing that his stomach is still on, and he knows that he can walk here all the day. He will move that thing that stomach is still, so that next time you will not walk there. What am I trying to say? The women will always live by example. They see something happen, they try to find way around it. That's why black men will say, women, who told you women smarter than you? Or who told you women get sense? If you do know women are somebody the most fully human being outside are women. I will tell you that. I live among them for years. I know them. I know the good women, I know the bad women. And me, I can tell them straight up. One of them can stand in front of me, oh, Africa, blah, blah, blah. I say, you know that without black men, you can't live. Without Africa, you will not be alive. He said, what do you mean? I said, in the first place, you people, the archaeologists, right? What did your archaeologists tell you? That human beings started in Africa. You came from Africa. So, oh, no. I'm here in Norway. I say, you're in Norway. Why your history tells you that the reason how whole our mountains and valleys in this country, that our country were covered with ice many years ago, billions of years ago. And when the ice melted, it carried all the sediments. And that's why you got valleys. Where the water passes is where the valleys remain. He said, yeah. I said, does that history teach you right? He said, yeah. You agree? Yeah. I said, so then why were your people living? You're living under the ice? Because you can't tell me you're living under the ice. Then why when this small winter here, when you come in there, all of your children, you're going in home. So where were your people? Actually, I say human beings started in Africa. We are not moved. We remain there. The one that moved, that you people. When you move your king, you went somewhere in the cave, so you remain there, your color change. The students are stupid. I say, no, I'm not stupid. I'm telling you, fine. What you say, that your original home here, you are under the ice. Your own history, you agree to it. That they play a call with ice. So you're all living in a hole. And you tell we Africans that we live in a hole. No. So then actually I say, you see, to show that you people live in a tree, that's why you build Oyster House. In Africa, we not built Oyster House many years ago, only recently. Okay? Because we live on the ground. We don't live in a tree like you say. So sorry, the white man is some of the least human being can think about. But the thing about it is that they think faster. One thing I know about it, a white man want to be a good man, he will be a very good man. A white man want to be a criminal, he will be the best criminal. Anything white man wants to do, they always put themselves in it. And this is the shortcoming of we black people. We say that in our own country, we see the thing we're suffering from throughout our life. Our great-grandparents suffer from nothing, but when we come, we don't try to better it. You want to change the system? They say, oh, they think that I want to use so. Who the hell told you that you use so you can't change it? Then why you eat different type of food? Why you don't eat the same type of food every day? That the thing we know. And somebody can tell me, my man, now you're coming there, nobody know him, and coming. And so I asked him, I say, have you ever been sick? He said, what kind of question? I said, like, yeah, answer me. He said, yeah. I said, okay. And let me give you an example. What if you were sick? That sickness you have, it been on you for a long time. And all the people you know, they can all the medicine people you know, they can save you. When they make medicine, that medicine can't work. That sickness on you all the time. But you see one stranger that you don't know from nowhere, but he get a medicine to save you from that sickness. What you say? You say you want that medicine, but because you know the man. He say, oh no, that one are different. I said, no, it's the same. You suffering from heart and all the time in Liberia. You elect the same people all the time. They come, they leave, they meet you in that heart and they leave you there. Your children come, they leave them there. Their children getting better. Then you say you know them. But you get one stranger who comes and say, okay, I want to help with your heart, and he say, no, I know you, go. He sat down for long. He said, okay, my man, I think talking out, it makes sense. I'll think about it. So this is it. Liberia, you are not born to catch heart on. Who told you were born? Nobody. But your system put you into that. I hate when people say, oh, my man, every day we on that thing. My man, if I had a chance and I can't play or living by one. I said, so why you think the women will not play farm more than your own place? But because your people not putting the system into place. No, I used to work with one building construction company, and the father of my boss was an elderly man. He died last year. He told me one story from his grandfather. According to his grandfather, told me that story, that Norway, they were poor sardine. They produced fish or sardine they didn't have. The fishermen, when they go fishing, you got to come your neighbors. You got to call it small and give your neighbors. Because when they get something to, they will divide it. And they were living in a small country. So the old man told me, he said, when he was small boy, they were about 8 living. At that time, they were not building houses, they were building small cabins. Made from wood. So he said, when they built the cabins, because they were poor people, they will build a cabin. One family, he said they were about 8. The mother, father, then few, I think 1 or 2 cousins, plus the children. They all lived there. And the old man told me when they're alive, he said, if you hear incest is very common, or it was very common in Norway long time, many years ago, incest. Family sleeping with family. He said that's the reason, because we were sleeping together. Cousins, sisters, brother, everybody sleeping together. So you big boy, you get 2 cousins that king, that young girl, they find all of you sleeping together in the net. You're stupid. See it? Because they were very poor. But what they did, when they discovered the oil in this country, they decided to transform their lives to the point where today, if you put on the TV now, you hear the politicians on the TV arguing about the money that they got. This is a country with the same population of Liberia, with big landmass. It's a long country, with the bigger than Liberia. But we got the same population because the country is cold. Nobody wants to live here. The brave people live here. Okay? So the population is small, and they were blessed to discover this oil. So the oil money is so big that if they want the citizens here, they want us to sit down, they can pay you for complete 10 years. You sit down, you're not doing anything, they'll pay you. You still get money, you still get money left. But these people are planning for the future. In as much as life is good here now, they are still planning for the future. This is the only country on earth where there is a project somewhere in the north, in the Arctic, the end of Norway, where the glacier is, in that mountain. They dug that mountain. They are saving the seeds, the roots, the whatever, the stem, whatever can grow of any edible fruit, any edible food, anything that human being can eat, whether that the seed, the tube or whatever can grow, they're keeping it there. And their idea, the scientists, they brought an idea that in the future, they believe that there will be farming all over the world. They know that there will be some disaster that will make people will not be producing food. So Norway now will be the country that will be supplying the rest of the the 5 continents that are inhabited. We will be supplying people with food. That are the thinking. And people think, so now people taking that idea to be stupid. The first time I heard about it, I said, well, it was not serious. Are they God who determine? But no, they are not God. But they are planning for the future. This is a country that can't grow anything, but they're saving the seeds of every edible food for million years to come. The scientists have been working on it for years. That the seeds they're saving now, they can be there for million years. That in the future, it can grow still. So the future generation, they might not even be the people like us. After 100 years from now, they will not be the people like us. They'll be different kind of people. You know, I watched a movie in America in 2006. It's called Idiocracy. If you have a chance, maybe it's on Netflix or somewhere, go and look for it. Idiocracy. And that idiots were living in the future, according to that movie. Idiots were living in the future where these people will wash their car with beer, nobody own anything. You can walk to anywhere, you can walk to any hotel, just sleep there, eat food, and move out. You drive in the car, you park in the next car, and get inside. Nobody owns anything. Like when I told I'll live in the future. Then watch them. They are remote control. So Norway is one of the countries that think ahead because they know where they came from. They look at our history. Those of you living in America, go to the core countries. Minnesota, Salt Lake City, Utah, Washington State, all the countries to the west, northwest, Canada border, all these places, the cool countries. Half of them are Scandinavian, majority Norwegians. Because they ran away from this country, it was poor. When they discovered the oil in the 60s, America came and worked with them for some time. And then they learned the technology from Norway. I mean, from America. Norway is number 1 in rig building, drilling oil in the world. Also number 1 in building tunnels because they're a mountainous country. So there's no way you will travel without building tunnel. You gotta know. So the boy do that thing amazingly. In fact, one of the longest tunnel I think on land is here. 25.4 kilometers. Depending how fast you run, is 30 minutes. In fact, you gotta take 30 minutes because in that tunnel they got speed camera. So they make it in a way that it will take you 30 minutes. No way you can be there. You try, you get booked. 25.4 kilometers. In that tunnel, every 5 kilometers you go, different type of light. And they got elevator there in case of any disaster in the tunnel. You can get an elevator and go to the top of the mountain. And that mountain was separating 2 of the counties here in Norway. The county are in now, okay, and the other county on the west coast. There was just no way to get around there unless you go by ferry, which was very time consuming. You used to take a bus from Oslo, you come past my city here and then go. It's just behind me, a 1 hour, 1.5 hour thing. Okay, so when you get to that place, then they'll put a bus on the ferry, then you'll go around that mountain between here, and then you go. So it was time consuming. So they went for that project to build a tunnel, 25.4 kilometers, almost 25 kilometers. You talking there's something from almost almost, if I'm not mistaken, from Pinsville, from Paco Pin or from Red Line to almost Okagata, 25.4 kilometers under the earth, under the ground. Billions of dollars it cost. You go to Banga from Orega, small Bako Hill into the town. They cannot build even a small tunnel. Some of you living like, bro, you not even see what tunnel is. You will not see the inside of airplane. You will not even know what inside of boat lowland. Here, send that water, a lot of water, a lot of mountains. So the shortest distance, sometimes you go by boat. That's why I tell people here. So, somebody asked me to back out for the thing. I can hear drive. I say no. Some area no driving distance. You gotta go. You gotta drive the car, you put on the boat, then you cross, then you go again. And who told you we can't do those things in Liberia? We can. This country is that your discover oil. I'll talk about the Norwegian oil when they discover it after being poor for Norway was slave for Denmark. Norway was slave for Sweden. From there, Denmark and Sweden play with them, yeah, they dash them. That's why they say they got independence. So May 17 is our independence day. After Denmark and Sweden kick them, they dash them. So they were on a poor country. They were struggling until they discovered the oil. In Denmark, on Sweden had known that these people had oil. There would be no country called Norway. There would be Denmark, or there would be Norway. Or Sweden. But God just made it in a way when they dashed them, then finally they discovered our oil in the North Sea here, at the tip of the Atlantic Ocean here. That's how they begin rich. And this is a country that is saving billions, trillions of dollars on Norwegian kronas for their future children. Woman pregnant here, from the age of, from the 7 months, 8 months, you get almost $10,000 for that child. I think it should be around exactly $10,000 now, because 2 years ago it was very close. It was 9,000 plus. The moment the child is born, you got the option. You either get that money quarterly or you get a whole bulk one time. And every month the child will be getting at least $200-$300 in addition to that money until the child is 18 years old. You only pay for kindergarten. After kindergarten, first grade to high school is free. Once you don't pay, the children eat in the school. You get free medical. Yesterday, I just carried my son for a dentist. They'll write you forced to carry the child for dentist. Today I got message again. I came my other son for something and check out somewhere. They do all these things. Who told you the parent? No, you can do it in Liberia. You can do it. We get the same population like these people. We got more minerals. You got gold, diamond, iron ore, trees, and the timbers, water. Oh God. Why? Because the leaders, the people you say you know, the people you say they are your trust men, that you want to bring them to power, the people you say those are the ones that have been working in government for 45 years. Ask yourself, how stupid can you be? 45 years, somebody is working in government, but they can't affect your life positively. 45 years, this person is enjoying. You think, no, ask yourself, what made Joe Walker want to be in government for all the years? Because the old man know what he's getting from there. And ask yourself, what am I getting, for the 5 years, or what have I been getting? What did I get? Or what am I going to get in the next enrichment? Look, listen, it may not be physical cash coming to you from that person you're electing, but the facility that the person will create. Do not vote on travel land. Do not vote because you know this person long time. Some of you so stupid. I'm sorry, but that's it. I know what I want to say. That you say, oh, that the man, everybody want to vote for. So myself, amen. Amen. Where is your brain? Because you see, everybody. So if everybody were going to go jump in the Atlantic Ocean, you go jump there too. That the man, and that the man, they say everybody wants. So myself, that the man will go vote for the man. I want everybody to know. That coming man that they know him. I got one question to ask. if there will be judgment day, which I believe it will be, and I know whether God will be sitting down and we'll be looking at God, like how people can go to the court, and then we'll have chance to, because I know God will ask us, or the angels will be asking us. But whatever we too will have chance to ask, I'll say, God, what did you do to Liberians? Why? Or what did Liberians do to you that they have to be the way they are? I mean, this is a country where somebody will be talking like somebody talking in above, like they're not thinking, or somebody else is thinking for them. Like your brain going on holiday, that you're not thinking. And you know that that man get experience government, that man being government for all those years. How is your life? That man, everybody voting for, so much say I'm going to vote for that man. What has the man told you? Oh, that man can play football. Oh, that man play football. The way that man should play football. Yeah. That man should play, that man should score. So that man, everybody voting for myself, I'm going to vote for him. That man children are not near you. You can't even see that man children. That man get money. That man, he built almost 50 horses in 3 months. You even security near the hall. Somebody go stand. They stand like this. Yeah, look at that other the blue. Yeah, the other one. No, the yellow one. Which one labor? Yeah, they like yellow one. But look at the pink one. Yeah, the man. Yeah, at least they can't pay the horse here, yeah. Then after they hungry, then they turn around. Then you go lazy once in hall. When you lean down, somebody passing outside, they can see you. But you go praise the man who you voted because he built fine house. And ask yourself, where am I? When you hear the word politics are interest, politics is interest. Ask yourself, I will vote you here, but what do I get? Or what does the country, the entire country get in return? We're not talking about somebody taking $100 and giving it to you. No. And that's how they fool you. Then you say that people will know. They don't want every election they'll give $100, they'll give a t-shirt. Somebody will wear t-shirt. Just for t-shirt. Judgment Day, if we have access to God or whoever will be asking us, it will also have the opportunity to ask. I got only one question. God, what did Liberians do to you? Or what did you do to Liberians? Why are we the way we are? Why? Why are we the way we are? Were we created as people, as a nation, as a people to be like what we are? Or is it our own choice? I don't understand. The elections that's coming, these elections are all about you. It's not about Elizabeth Cummings. It's not about George Weah. It's not about. Let me tell you, all the people you're going to vote for, few of them do not have financial risk. Few of them struggling. Probably they got good intention for the country. But again, you got to look at one thing. Say they broke, some of them broke, they went there, they went get rich. The same way George Weah was broke, he went there, he got rich. So the election should not be about who you like, who is your tribesman. No, let me tell you. I don't know about tribe. I always say that. I let me talk about myself before I talk about other people. I come from 3 tribal backgrounds. My 2 grandmothers, my grandmother from my father's side, my grandmother from my mother's side, they got Basso connection. They come from Basso people. Yeah, people were Basso people. I only saw my grandmother from my father's side and one from my mother's side. I didn't see her. Pure Basso. Those of you can speak Basso. My grandmother knew was Sito. I think if you translate it, you know what it means. In Basso language, okay? So, my grandfather came from the parents' side with Nima County connection. That's my grandfather from my mother's side. Then my grandfather from my father's side, purely from the Nima County side. So I'm entangled between here. I'm from Basso, I'm from Nima, I'm from Pong. So which of these tribes I owe loyalty to? To hell with tribe. I don't care for tribe. I speak all 3. I speak Mano, I speak Pele, I speak Basso. Not too well, Basso, not too well. For Mano and Pele, I speak well. And you, I understand. So which of these tribes I will owe loyalty to? So that's what make me, I'm not tribal man. I don't care. I see myself as Liberian. I go anywhere, they ask me, like in Norway, they ask me, country of origin or country of birth. I don't put a Nima, I don't put a Bong, I don't put a grandpa. I put Liberia. What is the capital city? Monrovia. Simple. So I don't care about the travel thing. Where people say I'll vote for the man, I'm a travel man. No, it's not in me. But some people are so embedded in this thing, and it's so embedded in some people that you cannot separate the two. Can you imagine? And this is what got the country what it is. Because you don't care for yourself, you care for your tribe, the man from your tribe to be president. That's all you want. But it meant for your and this thing, I don't know when we'll learn. Look at the crown people. I mean, sorry, when they're walking, Gil and crown people, man, people they were killing each other. And most of the people that died, most of the crown people that died beyond though, simply because they were crying. Some of these people got harder. I knew some of them, frankly, we all live in Monrovia together. There's a particular guy, and his little brother died. And I will not call him name. But this guy was very close to me. He was a big brother to me. We used to cut each other every Saturday. Something that I did for this guy, I mean, the guy, he was a big brother, older than me, where you know. The guy from Konobo district. I still remember he used to tell me all his story. He graduated from Bishop Julie High School, somewhere in Granchi, I think. The guy came to Monrovia struggling, stopping with one of his friends who was working as NSA guy. And finally, the guy was not working yet. The friend who was working, he had to be home, but what happened? He put this guy out. Fine, handsome guy, tall. If you just knew Teddy Pendergrass, how Teddy Pendergrass was looking at how my big brother was looking at me, so rest. La fine beer, when the guy caught it, he had trim night beer with height. And he dressed, he said, yeah, they got a minister. But that guy was not working. His friend put him out. The guy, when he begged one reverend that was near where we were living in the community, he used to sleep in the reverend living room, like in the living room, but there's a place when you come from outside, you enter before you go in the kitchen, then you go in the living room. That right there, the guy used to sleep. My mother had shop on the bypass. We used to buy things by wholesale and sell. The cartoons, I would give it to this guy. Me and the guy knew the secret to the food I ate today, the water I drank today. Every day, when we buy, anything we buy, in cartoon, I will empty the cartoon and flatten it good and keep it. Then the woman said, but why you enter the cartoon? I said, oh man, I want my friend, I get laugh. I said, I want my friend to see me throwing the cartoon away in a day. They will say, oh, they will laugh at me and say, I can throw that away. I just keep it. In the name of me, okay. I said, when I get something good, it's okay. Because every time it rains, that cartoon will get soaked. And the guy will tell me that when it rains, he got to stand up. Because the cartoon soaked, he got to stand up. Can you imagine? Handsome guy when I got dressed. He walking in the street. The guy when I working, he used to eat. The old man in the community, so getting food to eat. But last minute return, because I left my parents' house in 1985, I started to live on my own after I started working on the old road. So, but he was still there. But finally, long story short, he had to open a little booth where he used to sell small things. Not boot sell, but man, let me just say, he used to sell grass. So all the police men used to go there and get her. So he used to call her too. So the man started coming on group. But I don't know. Finally, I heard that when he joined the immigration, and then he was working in the immigration, and that's when he died in the wartime when the war entered Monrovia. This is somebody who suffered all that suffering. Intelligent guy. He died simply because tribal connection. When will we learn? Some of you ran away from the war. You were walking. You managed to go all the way. Maybe you were going to Sierra Leone. You managed to almost cross the border. The last checkpoint. Then when you were caught. Who are you? I'm crime. Who are you? Somebody point you or they find you that you might know you crime. You were killed. When will we learn, Liberians, that this tribal thing here, we cannot leave it? Oh, they my travel thing. You know, I listened to this audio by Prince Johnson. I'll play it. I'll soon be closing from here, but I'll play that audio from Prince Johnson. And that thing disturbed me. what he was saying, it really disturbed me. But people taking it for fun. I want you to listen keenly. After this audio, there are certain points there that I will make. I want you to listen very keenly. I don't know what's happening.
Sleepless night.
Okay.
I suffered day and night. This man is not this. I went through night, sleepless night. I suffered day and night for 4-5 months, making the arrangement. They put Yomi Kanga Lauren one side. She was to be the running mate to the man. And Costa there. Today, they push everybody one side and take Kun. We are fighting for Nima Kante to take the lead. And Nima will win. In the name of Jesus. Basa with us. Bapolu with us. Bombing with us. Lofa with us. Bon Kante with us. What is your problem? Then you on the radio on me. Hey, my brother. What I do? All right. You gotta change. Because you alone, your voice cannot cover the whole again. We're fighting for you. Equal. We are fighting for you. We're begging you people. If you make the man disgrace, or it will be good for you. When you turn to the man against our prayer for you to produce vice president, the woman is old. It takes Kun to be vice president. When we win, then that Kun will be doing the job for you. Can you go everywhere? No. The woman is old. It takes Kun to be vice president. When we win, then that Kun will be doing the job for you. Can you go everywhere? No.
Okay. You listen to the tape, and I got puzzled when I saw a lot of Unity Party people or GMB supporters writing on Facebook saying that it's a fake voice, fake audio. Is not the voice of Prince Johnson. The first time I heard Prince Johnson talking ever was 1990 September when he captured Doe, when he talked on BBC. That was the first time I heard Prince Johnson. And since then, Prince Johnson's voice has been resonating. I visited Prince Johnson base 2 different times in 1991, or no, 92, along with other journalists from Greater Liberia. Went there 2 different times, 2 Saturdays in succession. Saturday one, then the next Saturday we went there again. That was the first time I laid 2 eyes on Prince Johnson. Prince Johnson's voice is not hidden. Everyone that lived during the wartime until now, all the people that lived from the wartime until now, already in there, some will stay alive. If you have heard Prince Johnson before, you know that this is the voice of Prince Johnson. That some of these people, that our Unity Party people, Liberian people, will deny that this is not Prince Johnson's voice. It surprised me. And those of my friends who were involved in it, I said, I'm done with you. I am done with you. Seriously, I'm done. I don't waste my time on people like that. That people who do not stand for anything. Okay, that's besides the point. But Prince Johnson said a lot of things. You know, when Liberian people, what are many Liberians, when they say the old man Joe Bwaka is old, Unity Party people take it to be bad, they go all around causing people why you say the old man is old. I'm old, but I'm not as old as GMB, but I know I'm older than somebody. I'm older than somebody. So if people tell me, oh, I will not take it to be insult because I know I'm older than somebody. Even a child that was born just 1 minute ago, another child was born 30 seconds ago, he's older than somebody. And a statesman like Joe Bwaka, somebody who have been there all the years before somebody was even born, if they say he's old, then people get mad. Now we in a world that is evolving. We're not going by. We are not retrogressing. We are progressing. All over the world, everybody's progressing. I mean, look around the world. Look at the number of young people that are in leadership. Because the thing here is that you got the young people in leadership will know how to mingle with each other. I mean, take a Joe Bwaka and carry him to the president of Canada or the prime minister of Canada. Bring him to Macron. Carry him to the guy that fighting was Zelensky. He's one of the youngest. Okay, a few other young leaders. Yeah, they will talk as leaders. But can Zelensky look at Bwaka and say, let's go, you know? I know Zelensky maybe, or one of the young guys, I know they can do some things like, recreation. They cannot go play tennis or let's go do. No. That age gap. Then, coupled with that, the old man, we all know that age comes with a whole lot of problems. Fatigue, tear and wear, tiredness, then sickness. Anybody can get sick. But when you old, your immune system begins to get old. Everything can get old. Everything can get old. When I came to Europe in my 30s, I was playing football all around here. Now I can play. The other day I go try. I said I go kick a ball. I know how to kick a ball. My whole foot turn around. I'll crip on it. So if no balls, no small picking and I'm playing football, they tell me, oh, Papa, lead the football. I'll say no. I'll say Abba, they telling me no. What you used to do, your heart will tell you that yes, the only part of the moment that can get old quick, out of the mind or the heart, it will always tell you, yeah, you can make it, you can make it. But the body, the physical body cannot allow you. So Prince Johnson is saying this old man is old. So Nima Kante will beg you. Nobody should talk. Nobody should see any bad thing happening. Whether it's not good, whether Joe Biden is not qualified, or whether the United Party cannot deliver, but you beg your vote for us. So Nima, you see, it's interest. That a concern is not about the entire Liberia, but that Nima Kante should produce what? President. That my uncle there, the place my father come from, my great-grandfather come from, that they should produce president. That's all. So read between the line. Then what happened to you from Paso? What happened to you from Pong? What happened to you from Cape Mount? What happened to you from Bapolu? You only have president in Liberia, but that president will not be in your interest. It will be your Nima president. You listen to Prince Johnson. And as for Omer Bwaka, me, I gave him a long time. I supported him in 2017, but I finished giving him up long. Even you bring here and we are saying, I even vote for we are. I gave him up. For the old man to say he can even dance with the devil just to become president, that's just desperation for me. Iman, I'm very busy. I'll call you back later. For the old man to say that he can dance with the devil, that alone made me to give him up. And he's dancing with the devil. He's not even looking at the danger. You will be president. Then the person who selected your first president say you will not do the job. You need to do the job, but the person, if our president will be the one to do the job. What that tells you? That's undermining you right there. Right there and then. You should know that you will only be president, the figurehead president, but the main man who will be taking the shot will be Prince Johnson. Because you're old, according to him. Who knows? In the old people are expected to die. I'm not saying that old man will die, but old people are expected to die. So in the process of you being president, anything happen to you and you die, they say, but the man are old. But nobody thinking about that. And United Party people, do you imagine what will happen between Lofa Kante and Nima Kante when your president, who is Joe Bwaka from Lofa, becomes president? Then the person who brought the vote in, because you're thinking that Nima Kante people, all of them in one box, Prince Johnson will just put them in the box and can open them. How you can open the chicken basket early in the morning and say, you'll go vote. When they finish voting, they put them in the box and carry them. When Prince Johnson, let me put it this way, when Prince Johnson should have brought all the Nima Kante and vote for you and you'll win, you'll Lofa people, you'll get president. But Prince Johnson will be the president in disguise. He will be taking the shot. You can't do anything because that the man who brought in the photos. And do you see the friction, the conflict that will be there? Lofa want to lead. Lofa Kante people, the Kisi people, you are very few. Kisi people are very few and uneducated. A lot of them are educated people. Nima Kante, in majority more than you, and a lot of them are educated. So you see the friction that will be there. I know what part of the other tribes in Lofa will play though. And the other tribes in Lofa and Loma that are in majority and the Bani. I think the only thing you guys will say, the Loma and the Bani people, and I think I don't know whether they get all try to get a mandate. You'll be saying about all of voted to make him be president. But the Kisi people say no, but our son, he come from Kisi land. Then the Nima people say, but we don't want probably votes. So you'll see the conflict. Because everybody's going to be backing his tribe. Because you're doing it, you're putting it in a lot of trouble. You know, Prince Johnson, in a particular audio, they edited that part. But he was saying, meaning we are fighting for you people, Nima people. So Nima can take a first place. Nima can be, you hearing that? Are you hearing? Nima can tell my uncles. I go to Nima, I'm free. Anyway, Nima, I'm free. I can do anything that my uncles. I can kill cow, I can kill traditional, I can kill goat, I can do anything. But you're like you're here what Prince Johnson saying. But again, like that I say, if Judgment Day was something that we'll be having the opportunity to ask God, I'll ask God. Because like people were very special. Somebody say, oh, you're lying, you're not understand what Prince Johnson said. They will interpret it the way they want. There you go. Like very interesting. You know, yeah, Prince Johnson say he when he traveled to vote for you think Prince Johnson has to be man? This is a man who killed whole president. And I make a president, nothing happened to him. Chancellor who ain't killed no president. He in jail. Prince Johnson who killed a president, you're voting him. Man, I go in. You know, I ain't gotta waste my time here. No, for those of you who wasted your time looking at me, and I wasted my time talking here, I want to say thank you. But this is good that we are leaving. This is digital footprint. We are leaving it behind. If I die today, somebody can go on the video and listen and say they were making sense of that. Liberians, you got to think. Look, the whole thing about tribes is not helping us. You are Liberian first, or else, I know. So why do we call the country Liberia? Then we should call it some kind of thing. Or all of us should attach our tribal names to Liberia. But the country is called Liberia. It's not called Loma, it's not called Gyo, it's not called Mano, it's called Liberia. So we should fight in the interest of we are Liberians first before we begin any other damn thing. Let the interest of Liberia prevail. Not Nima Kandi trying to produce a vice president, or not Lufa Kandi trying to produce a president. Then you look at another son of Liberia and say, oh, you, nobody know you, you are not here. And why you are not here drinking water? Drinking water, you're running away, you're tearing your butt, you're running all in the forest. But you're one of the other men who are here in America to move from there to come to Liberia. Does it make sense? We don't know you. So if you're sick, all the people you know that I'm medicine for the saying they can kill you. But you see one stranger that you don't know come and say, I got a medicine to kill you. You tell him, say, no, go, I know you. Liberians, think. No, let me tell you, if you miss an opportunity, you'll try all the other people, you'll even kill people to get there. So then somebody come and say, I want to try. You'll give Cummings the chance to try. Nothing like try. We try Joshua. We try Doe. We try Taylor. We try all the people. You'll give Cummings the chance. And you're amazing. You always say, oh yeah, there was a maker Cummings. Let Cummings prove it. No, the good thing about Joshua, I like, is that he proved himself. If we are not trying, we always have doubt, but we try and improve himself. You'll try Cummings, let him prove himself too. Okay? On this note, I will say thank you for watching, and we'll be here on Tuesday with a fresh edition of the program. Actually, we should have had a guest today, but this guest had an emergency, and so he called me last minute time and said, he can't make it, but sincerely, he promised he's going to be on Tuesday. So the next one will be on Tuesday, and we'll have a great time, I think. I know we'll always have great time. So for those of you who usually follow us, this is the program, The Bottom Line, and this is where we discuss the issue, we give our opinions. Tonight, I had a monologue. I talked to myself, I talked to you, and it was all my own views. I may not be right, I'm not wrong either, because nobody tells me what to say, and I say what I say, I do what I do. You can hold me responsible for what I say and what I do. But if I make sense, take the sense out. If I make nonsense or say nonsense, move it on from there. And just find the sense in it. Everything we say, some part of it makes sense. Liberians, do not vote on party land. Do not vote on travel land. Do not vote because you know me, I know you know. My own nephew, traditional nephew, is in this race. I'm not supporting him now because he came in a race late when I started supporting somebody. He and I have talked about that. I'm sorry. But I support him in case I support him. But I want to take you home with this one. I love this song so much, and it's about the CPP. So I'll play it while I'm going. And I hope that you had a wonderful time. Elkanah Phillips, I will get to you. I don't know, Elkanah, you and I will talk in the bike. One day I will call you, and I think because we'll try getting your fast stand-up barrel here, but she couldn't make it. So probably I don't know how possible it's it. Maybe we could get your stand-up barrel, but that you can work on, Elkanah. So we want to give everybody the opportunity to be on this platform because this platform is Liberia's platform, and we give everybody the opportunity. While we talk about comics, we also want the other parties to have the opportunity to tell the Liberian people what they can offer. Because it's all about Liberia. It's not about me. It's not about you. It's not about comics alone. It's not about Waka. It's all about Liberians. Anybody who can offer solution, we want that person. But for now, I see comics as the alternative. So if Elkanah, if you're able to bring your standard barrier, we appreciate it. We've had you here before. You know what we stand for, but we also stand for all Liberia and all Liberians. So I want to say thank you very much, and we'll take you home with this one. I hope you love it. Yeah, here we go.
As we want to fix this country, we want you please come and join us. No one is leaving behind. We will walk, we will struggle till we gain our victory. Fix up to Charlie, la fix up to fix up to Charlie, la fix up to fix up to Charlie, la fix up to all the ladies. Where are you? Next up, are you ready? On yours. one yours. All them ladies one yours. One yours. Shake it.